to shoot, baby.
Packed in your stack, especially in the back, brother. Wanna thank your mother for a butt like that. You're a shocker. Hey, what's the pathetic say?
Did you really just say that? Nurturing genius.
He's our little prodigy.
Miles isn't wired like other kids.
His intelligence is off the charts. I don't have an exact score, but it'll be very high.
He's special.
Mommy, what's wrong with me?
Miles is having a very difficult time making friends. I want you to tell me everything that you remember.
I don't remember anything.
Miles's brain is extremely well developed. He may need a specialist.
You must be Miles. Miles is dangerous. I don't feel safe with him in the house.
Oh my God. He's so different now. I feel like I don't know him.
Mommy, will you always love me? No matter what I do?
How's it going, everybody? Alright, we are on the 10th episode of the Noisy Mime Reviews trailers. So, in this one, we are actually watching, or going to be reviewing the movie The Prodigy, which was actually introduced to me by ZN Buzzer. Thank you very much, my man. From what I've seen of this, I'm really going to want to see this movie. It is insanely good from what I can see. It's about... I'll just give you the description that IMDb has. Well, it says, in her much-anticipated foray into the horror thriller genre, Golden Globe and Emmy nominee Taylor Schilling stars in the Prodigy as Sarah, a mother whose young son Miles' disturbing behavior signals that an evil, possibly supernatural force has overtaken him. Fearing for her family's safety, Sarah must choose between her maternal instinct to love and protect Miles and a desperate need to investigate what or who is causing his dark turn. She is forced to look for answers in the past, which is very odd if you ask me. You know, that got me thinking, but I'm going to finish this real quick. Taking the audience on a wild ride, one where the line between perception and reality becomes frighteningly blurry. So, pretty much, that the last couple sentences where it says she is forced to look for answers in the past, stating like maybe, you know, when little Miles is born right here, as you can see, maybe when he's born, you know, is when it's saying, you know, it's taking a dark turn, or she needs to look for answers back now, or I'm just not really 100% sure, or before, like maybe when she was younger she played with a Ouija board or something. Well, also it says one where the line between perception and reality becomes frighteningly blurry. That could be like maybe, you know, it could, you know, make like an M. Night Shyamalan twist that everybody wants done with The Walking Dead, where in the end she's in a coma and she has always wanted a child, or she is the insane one and she imagines all of this stuff, kind of like a Shutter Island feel. Well, those are just a couple of my my theories that I have in my head right now, but let's get right into it. Alright, right here we actually have young Miles saying mama as a few-month-old baby, saying mama, while John, the father of Miles, the husband of Sarah, is holding him, saying, did you hear him say that? You know, they're a little shocked, they're taken aback. This is the first scene of, you know, saying, hey, this child is a genius, he's a prodigy, you know, he's just extremely smart. And they actually make that a little more clear than anybody cares to really, you know, I heard it for the first time, like right in the beginning. I don't need to hear it really anymore throughout the trailer, but they want to make it abundantly clear that it has to do with his intelligence or somebody's intelligence, period. But we'll see. So right here we actually have her saying that he is a prodigy. I don't know about any of you, but I love it when people say the title of the movie in the movie, the actors say it. I think it's really cool. It's pretty fun. You know, it's a good thing, you know, be like, hey, you know, they said the title. Anyways, all right, right here he's actually in school where Sarah is actually talking to the teacher, saying that his brain is extremely developed, that he is really smart, that if you were, you know, to kind of take an IQ test, his points will be off the chart. She doesn't know how high, but they would be very high. But as you can see, there's a spider on the window right here. At first, I thought, maybe he was looking at this woman manhandling her child, but I guess not. So he's actually just looking at the spider, which in this one, he actually grabs it off the window, puts it in his hand, looks at it for a second, kind of like an affectionate little child looking at a small animal, thinking, oh, that's cute, or something like that. But then he closes his hand so tightly, crushing the spider, making a little squelching noise. And as on his face, I want to make this one abundantly clear, that on his face, it doesn't look like he is, not that he's not enjoying it, but not that he is enjoying it, that he has no feeling for joy when it comes to this, but he has a feeling for, you do not deserve to be here, you are smaller than me, you are therefore nothing. And he crushes it with more of a disgust of the thing's life, that it was alive at all. That's just what I'm thinking. He actually also has a mutation in his eyes called heterochromia. It's where, the irises are just different colors, which I have a feeling, or not have a feeling, I know for a fact this will have to do with the movie. It'll play in the movie quite a bit. Right here we actually have Miles saying, Mommy, what's wrong with me? He's not saying, Mommy, is there something wrong with me? He's saying, what is wrong with me? He's not demanding, he doesn't have a demanding tone to him, but he's saying, what is wrong with me? I have a feeling the thing that's inside of him, maybe if it is supernatural, like maybe a demon or something, which in one of the other trailers, it really looked like this could be the case, because Miles is actually down the hall saying, Mommy, and the mom is at the other end of the hall, and he starts, kind of prancing towards her, kind of walking a little bit faster. As he goes through a shadow, this man-woman thing, bony, comes up to her, grabs her face, gets really all up in her face, and it's just creepy. Well, anyways, I have a feeling right here it's actually letting him come to the surface to mess with the parents' heads. So, it's just that maniacal. Right here, we actually, in the background, we have Sarah saying, he's having a difficult time making friends, which I would think so, seeing as how he's walking towards the children with a pipe wrench. My question is, where the hell would this kid get a pipe wrench in a freaking classroom? Was there a plumber there fixing a pipe underneath a sink in there or something? But either way, they need to make sure that they're watching these freaking tools, or watching the children, period. Bad teaching, bad, supervision, it's just bad. Anyways, right here we actually have in the background Sarah saying that his brain, is extremely developed, which it's kind of cool, because I really like the way his makeup looks. He's using the blue eye to have the skull on it. So obviously, both of his eyes would have been brown, but the blue eye is from maybe the demon that's inside of him. That's a half of him, and that's like his, as Dexter from the TV show would say, his dark passenger, where, his dark passenger is death. His dark passenger is death, yet death has a blue eye, which is really odd by me. But this kid just looks like, he just has the look that he's been through some shit. He's seen some shit, which is really awesome. This kid's a good actor from what I've seen. So right here, we actually have the teacher saying just before this that he needs to see a specialist, which brings us to this guy, which it does show his face, but I didn't get a good view of his face. Him saying that he's a psychiatrist, nice to meet you. Then him talking to Miles, which having him pay attention to this little ball thing right on this, I have no idea what this is, I've never figured it out. Saying pay attention to this, and for every time it clicks, you're unwinding a string that is being pulled down or something like that. And in this one, he's actually in the background, he's saying Miles is dangerous, Miles is not good, which also goes to John saying, I do not feel comfortable with Miles being in the house with us, where, it would take a lot for a father to say, hey, I don't feel comfortable with our own, 7-year-old child being in the house with us because, he's dangerous. Which it also leads to a montage of clips where there's actually a car accident, but you also see Miles being in the back seat while the father is in the front seat. Sarah is not in the picture from what I'm seeing at this point. So I assume in the car accident that the father dies, where she is actually she's distraught. She's terrified of her son. She knows that, he caused this, so that's why she's actually not showing her affection and love back towards him as he is hugging her. So it's like, in the description where they're saying, she's fighting her maternal instinct to love and protect her child rather than protect her family. But it obviously shows that she has not been able to protect her family, so she needs to make sure that she either figures out what's wrong with him quick, or she needs to take care of it in other means. Right here, which it looks like maybe she is taking care of it through other means, there are actually a bunch of men with rifles shooting at maybe it's a building, it's a person, whatnot. My theory is that maybe little Miles ran out saying that she's in there with a bomb or she's in there with a gun, so they'll just say, take it down, so they start shooting at the house, which I don't know why they would shoot at the house, being there's a bomb in there, so I'm assuming, maybe he ran out saying, she has a gun and she's going to shoot you guys, or she's going to kill me, or something of that nature. And then right here we actually have Miles. It looks like Miles' hands sharpening scissors, which I hope he gets a scissor kill. But we'll see. Maybe he kills the psychiatrist with them. Also right here we actually see Miles' shadow getting bigger, oddly, because he's not moving, and I assume the light behind him is not moving, but his shadow is growing in size. And then right here we actually have him saying, Mommy, will you love me after what was it? He said, Mommy, actually here, let's see. What does he say? Let's see. Okay. Creepy. He says, will you always love me? Okay, and then he says, and she's just terrified. This kid is terrifying. All right, she's completely, utterly terrified. I assume this is the night of her losing her husband. He says, Mommy, will you always love me no matter what I'll do? At first, I thought he was going to say, no matter what I've done, stating, maybe he might turn good. He might be a good guy in the end. He might fight off the demons. Or, that is the demon talking, saying, but because he says, no matter what I will do. But he doesn't say I will. He says I'll. But saying no matter what I will or I'll do, which saying, he's going to do more, which is kind of freaking awesome in my opinion. Alrighty guys, so that was the Prodigy trailer review. I really enjoyed that trailer actually. I am pretty excited to see the movie, and I'm going to start doing the trailer ratings in my opinion. This one deserves, in my personal opinion, a good 5. It didn't have too many jump scares. Actually, it didn't really look like it had any at all, but more of like a, oh shit, this child's going to kill people. But from the other trailer I've seen, there was one jump scare. But I do like jump scares, but I don't want too many in the trailer because I want them to be a surprise during the movie. This is why I'm giving it a 5 and not like a 3 or a 2. But just because I look forward to seeing jump scares in the movie, but not in the trailer. I don't want the trailer to give them up because I noticed, freaking Conjuring has done this numerous times, where they put all the good jump scares in the freaking trailer. But this movie also comes out February 8th, 2019. I couldn't help but thank you guys more because you guys have been there with me. We are on the 10th video. And also, when we hit 50 subscribers, I'm actually going to have a special guest star along with a face review of the trailer. I'm going to review it. I'm also going to put up writing on a whiteboard behind me stating what I personally think what could happen, what will happen, and it'll be a special trailer for a movie that I have been wanting to do a review on lately. But I couldn't thank you guys more. Thank you so much for watching. Please leave a like if you liked it. Please leave a comment on what you liked or did not like about it, or the next trailer review I could do. Thank you so much. Please subscribe, and I will talk to you guys a little bit later.